Hi, my name is Wesley Gresham, and I did my PECHA KUCHA project over ritualistic sacrifice. Most of the ritual sacrifice that I found was regarding humans and not animals as much. I guess human sacrifice seemed to be much more significant than animal sacrifice. Here it doesn't show the actual sacrificing of a person, but what it does show is the dying of a king or pharaoh, that the servant behind them looks to be so devoted to them that after they die, they will kill themselves to follow them into death. It shows men in full armor sacrificing someone over a fire. This seems that if they are trying to sacrifice him for a purpose. Because the Greeks were polytheistic, they were probably sacrificing him towards the god of war, hoping to do well in battle. The goddess displayed in these statues seems to be encircled by human heads. Now, this could be the manner in which humans were sacrificed towards her, but it could also just be a display that she is a god that accepts human sacrifice in turn for favor. The Hawaiians' gods existed in many forms, such as the jungle. They were sacrificing men towards the jungle, throwing them into the jungle, trying to appease the god of a jungle. On the right, shown an active erupting volcano. They could be making a sacrifice to try and calm it. The Aztecs' form of human sacrifice mainly regarded the heart and/or opening someone up to take out an internal organ, and it always seemed to be at the top of a temple or mountain and always displaying the sacrifice upwards towards the heavens or towards a god. In the painting shown, it seems to be another human sacrifice towards a higher power, seeing as they are looking up and on top of an altar or mountain, and that someone was sent to stop them from doing that. I guess they were a god that didn't seem to want a human sacrifice to be appeased. Druidic human sacrifice, as shown on the right, it looks as if the blood is being used for another ritual. It isn't to appease a god. They're using the blood in a different ritual, and they didn't believe in gods. That they believed in the power of nature, seeing as everything they're doing is taking place outside. It seems as the Israelites performed infant sacrifice to their god, Moloch, represented by a bronze bull with a fire lit atop and inside. It seems as if this was a joyous occasion, and as if they were expecting a great thing to come from this sacrifice. In Roman polytheism, animal sacrifice was practiced. On the left, you can see a man or a general standing in front of troops and sacrificing an animal, because they believe that if you sacrifice an animal to a god, say the god of war, they would show you favor. The Celtics believed in multiple gods and practiced both human and animal sacrifice. On the left, you can see an outline of what one of their gods ought to look like, or what they think look like, filled with human sacrifices, and on the right, a burning animal of sorts. The Etruscans' version of sacrifice involved mostly human sacrifices towards multiple gods, but you can see as if they are dancing around a tree. This probably represents them sacrificing someone around harvest time in hopes for a better harvest. These displays of West African animal and human sacrifice are very different from each other. On the left, it shows to be more ritual, more godly. They're wearing masks, there's a knife and a table. On the right, it seems to be just captives from war. They are just being made examples of. In regards to Chinese polytheism, it seemed they took part in human sacrificing in a different way. They would bury children inside of structures. This sacrifice would be towards the gods to ask them for protection or for solitude within the structure. This pottery is showing that in the Islamic faith, they were prone to sacrificing animals, not towards a god, but more along the lines of in celebration to something or a certain day or a time to come, maybe even a harvest festival. These paintings display that Hinduism took part in both animal and human sacrificing. They seem to be in fields of some kind. I guess these are their harvest fields, and that the sacrifices were towards the gods to help them have a better harvest. In these paintings, it shows what looks to be Christians sacrificing animals towards God. These animals would always be animals of importance or innocence, such as the lamb on the right and the left, the bulls and ox, because it showed how dedicated they were to God. In the carving shown, it shows man holding up two animals. This could easily tell that they took part in animal sacrifice, and the thing below the animal seemed to be a god figure because of the crown and the wings, and that they would walk amongst the earth to collect their sacrifices. This Babylonian ink drawing displays this god. I think he's a god because of his wings and the crown, and seeing that he is holding a deer that seems to be full size in one hand. And this also shows that he accepted animal sacrifices. The Incan human sacrifice, the sacrifice was impaled upon something, and they were also facing up towards the heavens. On the right, it shows the statue of what they thought one of their gods would look like, and that they would also sacrifice children and or babies to them.